But I'm principal at Central Junior High. As you know, in Springdale, we are certainly blessed with an outstanding fine arts program. This evening, when I was just reflecting on the number of students that participate at fine arts at Central, it's well over a third of our students. You know, and when you look at the successes that occur year after year after year, I think there's some certain threads that run through that success, and that certainly begins with great partnerships with our families who, again, support the fine arts program, support our band. It's certainly our students that give it their all, and then we're certainly blessed with outstanding directors. And this evening you will have the opportunity to enjoy music that is being conducted by three great directors, Ms. Huffman, Ms. Shelby, and Mr. Watt. And then it's certainly exciting to watch our students grow, and then when they're part of the Wildcat Band at HAR-BER, that's again, such a privilege, and we're blessed. So without any more being said, I welcome you this evening and hope that you will enjoy tonight's performance. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Brian Watt. I'm the head director at Central Junior High School. Welcome to our spring concert and awards concert tonight. Thank you so much for being here supporting these young kids and their hard work. This is like a celebration tonight, a celebration of 9 months of work, hard work, and dedication. And we hope that you enjoy the music we put together for this evening. Tonight, we're going to start our concert off a little bit different, and we're going to have this group performance on stage for you right now. This is the Hellstern Middle School Honor Band. They meet separately, I think, during advisory during the week, and I put together 4 selections for you this evening. So without any further ado, please welcome the Hellstern Middle School Honor Band and their conductor, Julie Huffman.
What do you think about this beginning band, huh? You know? The last few years at Hellstern, we've tried our very best to organize an honor band, and finding the rehearsal time has been the biggest key. This year, we were approved to have 2 days a week for 30 minutes each rehearsal, on Wednesdays and Thursdays. This group gets together, they hurry and go and eat lunch, and they run down to the band room, and they can't wait to get started to play. A lot of them give up. Sometimes they're outside social time, and they come in and they practice with a really impressive work ethic. These students have done a tremendous job. They started honor band practices mid-January. They applied for this group. The students on stage right now are students that have good grades, C's or better. They have grade level or above grade level on their MAP scores. They have good behavior at school. They turn in their work on time, quality work. And they have to maintain that throughout the spring semester in order to stay in honor band. And I've really been impressed with I'll say this again, just their work ethic and their attitudes, and coming into practice each day when they could take it easy and not have to do it. But each of these students applied to be in the honor band, and since we got regular rehearsal time and we got a good full program together, I talked to Mr. Watt and Mrs. Shelby, and we decided to put this group together with a joint concert with the Central Band. And this has been a big honor for this group to have tonight to perform with. They've been really excited to get to play with the junior high students. And I know they are eager to play at the junior high level next year. They're eager to hear you all perform tonight. I am too. And we just want to thank you for letting us have a little bit of stage time at your concert tonight. And I told one student he was going to get a speech tonight. Zeke Stevens, our president of the honor band. Are you ready, Zeke? No, I'm joking. I was just joking. I had to call him out. He said he was going to make a band great again, is what he was going to do in his speech. But anyway, I said his speech for him. He's been freaking out backstage, wondering if he really did have to make a speech. I finally told him I was just joking. Anyway, we have one more piece for you tonight. It's called Furioso. We just played Star Wars, Jurassic Park, joyful rock, and now we're going to change the mood to a more angry sound. We're going to get all of our frustrations out. Enjoy Furioso.
Okay, we're getting, thank you for your patience and us changing setups. The group on stage is the Central Junior High School Varsity Band. I do want to say one more thank you and a great job to the Hellstern Honor Band for being here and a great job performing. Let's give them one more round of applause, please. I'm a huge fan of college football, and I'm a Razorback fan, and I follow programs throughout the United States, and you often hear the word rebuild. Sometimes we know that well in Arkansas country where we have to rebuild, have a rebuilding year. And there's a team in Alabama that just reloads. Here at Central in Springdale, we don't rebuild, we reload. And you heard the talent that's coming. You're going to hear the talent we're sending on to HAR-BER, and we're just very proud of their hard work. Our first selection tonight is a piece by Mr. Robert W. Smith. It's entitled Fanfare for a New Age. At this time, we have 2 awards to give out to some of our musicians in the varsity band. Our first award is the 2016-17 Outstanding 8th Grade Musician. This award goes to a very fine musician, young lady who just keeps working and keeps working and keeps working. We're very, very proud of her. Our outstanding 8th grade musician of the varsity band this year is Mariana Sanchez Aldaco. Our outstanding 9th grade musician for the Central Junior High School varsity band is also you're going to hear the same words repeated a lot tonight, hardworking, dedicated, prepared, disciplined, all those things. And this lady is the definition of all those things. Our outstanding 9th grade musician for this year is Miss Cindy Acosta. Our next selection is a piece in 2 movements. So we're going to play one part. There'll be a slight little pause. My baton will remain up. Please hold your applause, and then we'll continue into the second movement, to which we finish the song. It's a piece that is written in a Renaissance style. We try to introduce our students to as many period pieces as possible in different genres, and this piece takes care of in introducing us to this style. So here is Soldiers Procession and Sword Dance. At this time, we're going to recognize our ninth grade class from our varsity band. We have around 20 names to name off, so if you would please hold your applause until the very end. I'm going to have Miss Shelby, who enunciates a lot better than I do, read our names for us tonight.
All right, Cindy Acosta Trejo, Lisbeth Asensio Mancia, Yoreli Barroso Araujo, Kyle Buchanan, Hunter Davis, Wesley Fernandez, Landon Fulfer, Guadalupe Garcia Barroso, Juan Garcia Jr., Jesus Gonzalez Luna, Christian Green, Aiden Kimbrough, Angeli Mariquin Esquite, Andrea Morales, Ben Ozier, Savannah Riandu, Arlie Reyes, Giovanni Rodriguez, Taylor Shaw, Abby Thomas, Caitlin Thompson, Stephen Tripp, Wyatt Van Cleve, Saul Villa. Let's give these ninth graders a hand.
Our last selection for you this evening is a piece I had never heard before, and found it and thought it'd be a great fit for this ensemble. We're going to close our portion of tonight's concert with a piece called Huntington Ridge. And if you would please bear with us with another short little stage change, and we'll be right back with the concert band. So here is the varsity band, their last selection, Huntington Ridge.
Good evening. There we go. It's a really tall microphone. I'm not short, it's the microphone. So this is the concert band. Our first song for you is called Shaker Variants. We're going to go ahead and get started. All right. At this time, I'd like to recognize some outstanding musicians that continually help our band by working hard, being prepared, helping others, and of course, playing musically. I've got 3 different awards for Outstanding Musician. The first one is going to be a woodwind, and the Outstanding Woodwind Award in the concert band goes to Eric Soto. Tried to make that a shorter trip for him. And the next one is a brass player. The Outstanding Brass Award goes to Tristan Buffington. And last but not least, we have a percussionist. The Outstanding Percussionist Award goes to Whitney Reed. And I've got one more. Before our next song, I'd like to recognize an outstanding leader in our group. He works so hard to make sure he's contributing his 100 personal percent. He never complains, and he continues working hard. He's an awesome leader and a role model for others to look up to. Sometimes you have bad days, sometimes you have good days. He's a leader through it all. I'm grateful for this student, and I would like to let him know that his efforts never go unnoticed. So the Outstanding Leadership Award for Concert Band goes to Fernando Martinez. All right, congrats, guys. Thanks for your hard work. So up next is an oldie but goodie. It's from the Star Wars song, the Star Wars movie, The Phantom Menace, and it's called Duel of the Fates. They were a little hidden within the band there, sorry. Those are two 8th grade soloists. On euphonium, it was Edgar Garcia, 8th grader, he's first chair, and 8th grade flute player Chastity Wilson, she's second chair. So nice solos, guys. All right, so at this time, 9th graders, yay! 9th graders, come on this way. We're gonna get our 9th graders to line up for their recognition awards next.
Tristan Buffington. Josue Cabrera. Will Clark. Sarah Dickey. Madison Humphrey. Michaela Max. Tierra McQuinn. Fernando Martinez. Tanya Martinez. Gavin Pittman. Lewis Pratt. Lisbeth Rangel. Whitney Reed. Mariela Sanchez. Hunter Sheets. We're going to work on our alphabet tomorrow when we get back to school, so keep working. Eric Soto. Eli Steinauer. Elias Torres. Oscar Vargas. Melvin Visowith. Let's get these 9th graders a big round of applause.
Graduated band, just like that. As soon as these 9th graders get situated, we're going to play our final song before the symphonic band comes up. And this song is going to be called Joyride. So we hope you enjoyed our concert. Thank you.
Our last band to perform for you this evening is the Central Junior High School Symphonic Band. I need to give you a little background. In early March, we took all three groups to our concert assessment, and our varsity band received excellent ratings. In concert and symphonic received superior. We were the only junior high in Springdale and Northwest Arkansas to have those highs of scores for all of their bands, so we're very proud of that. At All Region in January, we had 61 All Region members, which almost doubled the next school behind us. So our kids have been working very hard all year long. We're very, very proud of them. Our first selection tonight for the symphonic band is March of the Belgian Parachutist. And we're going to follow that up with another John Williams. We've been playing a lot of John Williams for you tonight, but this song is special to me. I remember the first song I ever played with the Springdale High School Band was getting ready for marching season in 1987, I believe, and our opener that year was the theme from the Cowboys. So this is a very special song for me, and hope you enjoy both of them. So here is March of the Belgian Parachutist and themes from the Cowboys. Our first award this evening goes to our Outstanding Percussionist Award. We have many, many talented percussionists in our program here at Hellstern and at HAR-BER, and all because of the work that Mr. C.J. Morris does with our percussion. He starts them both at Helen Tyson and at Hellstern, then visits both junior highs during the week, and then works with the students here at HAR-BER. So we're so blessed to have him. I'm proud of his work. And this is just someone who, this young man's just done so many things and just works and works and works, like all of our students. But our outstanding percussionist this year goes to Mr. Sam Loneman. There's a phrase I use when I talk about students who hang out in the band room. I call them band room rats. And it's a loving term. I mean it in a good way. We have about probably 20 to 25 who I've got to say, it's time to go home to your family. Put your instrument down, put it away. It's time to go home to your family. But this student, I think since day one has just been, every time the band room doors are unlocked, she's in there practicing. Our Outstanding Woodwind Award this year goes to Miss Erin Newberry. I also believe that, I didn't know that think about this till right now. Our Outstanding Brass Award goes to, like the other two, a person who was first chair in all region on their instrument. We had a few of those this year, along with our other full 61. But this young man is a hard worker. I've got to keep him busy, or I start hearing pop tunes come out of the band room from a trombone. So I got to keep this young man going, and literature in front of him that doesn't bore him. So, but he's been outstanding and a hard worker for us. Our Outstanding Brass Award this year goes to Mr. Drake Ford. Two more awards. Our outstanding 8th and 9th grade musicians. Our outstanding 8th grade musician was also a first chair in the region on his instrument. He is also one of those that I affectionately call a band room rat. Is always practicing. Sometimes not as focused as he should be, but we're working on it. It's a work in progress. But our outstanding 8th grade musician award goes to Mr. Nathan Dunlap. And our outstanding 9th grade musician, again, I told you you would be hearing the same words describing all these students. We have so many of them. This young lady also works terribly, terribly hard, and been very proud of her and her work. But our outstanding 9th grade musician for this year is Isabel Yumang. Our next selection is a large piece that's kind of divided into 3 different sections. The first section is called Battle. The second section is Lament. And I believe the third section is called Dancing or Dance. Is that correct? First, I'd never heard this piece until January when Mr. Morris's symphonic band here at HAR-BER High School was working it up, performing it for concert assessment. I just loved it. There's just so many things going on in it. And so we're going to play for you right now a piece called The King Across the Water. At this time, we're going to recognize, if I can speak, our ninth graders from this class. We have, I believe, 42 ninth graders in this class. So again, if you could bear with us and hold your applause to the very end while we get to recognize all these wonderful young people. You have to scoot down, way down. Who's the last one?
Okay. Oh, jeez. This microphone's too tall. All right. Starting with Mateo Campagnola, Zulmi Carrion, Louise Chavez, Ava Crow, Alex De La Cruz, Mary Catherine Dennis, Andrew Ducote, Hunter Eads, Kyle Ebert, Adriana Espinoza, Haston Fairchild, Cheyenne Farmer, Drake Ford, Braden Fowler, Claire Franco, Kimberly Gaucine, Tony Gonzalez, Ivan Gutierrez, Ethan Hare, Avery Holt, Lee Inlow, Emma Keene, Carly Keys, Cooper Lawson, Hannah Lothan, Sam Loneman, Diana Marrero. They're scooting down if you want to go with them. Brenda Martinez. Sorry. Pause. Lucas McDaniel. Sebastian Miranda. Aaron Newberry. Melissa Rivas. Faith Snow. Hunter Soria. Julia Staten. Madeline Stout. Auda Vargas. Adriana Weaver. Andrew White. Troy Young. And Isabel Umong. Let's give our ninth graders a hand.
I have a few thank yous of my own to do real quick before we perform our last song. I want to take the time today to thank Mr. Ford, Mr. Morris for their help tonight, but all throughout the year with our students at Central. Mrs. Huffman, thank you so much for being a great teammate. We have a great team from Hellstern to Central to HAR-BER, just like we have at Helen Tyson in the Southwest to HAR-BER. we're blessed with great teachers over here, and I'm very proud to be a part of this team. I want to thank Mr. Robert Bright, who comes over 3 days a week to work with our trumpet players. I want to thank Dr. Greet, Mrs. Bortz, Mr. Weiss, our administration at Central Junior High School for all their support, the faculty and support staff at Central. We're not just a football school or a choir school, we're a team. And I'm so proud to be a part of that team and cherish their support every day. I want to thank Dr. Jim Rollins for his continued support of all the arts in Springdale. I want to thank our students for continuing to improve and get better. Our parents for being supportive of us through this entire school year. I want to thank my family and my parents who are here tonight. Thank you all for your support. And one last person I want to thank, and many of you, some of you know this, some of you don't, but early this year, Mrs. Shelby and her husband Chris, they had a daughter, Adeline Grace, and she's a sweetie, and we got Mrs. Shelby was home with little baby Addie for the third 9 weeks and came back after spring break to join us and is wanting next year too, and I can't blame her at all to be what her new job, she calls it a stay-at-home mom, and her boss now is 6 months old, which I think is great. But she's not going to be with us next year here at Central. But I wanted to speak. Can she come out here, Mrs. Shelby? Yes. Oh, yes. That is the most energy I've seen Hunter Sheets expel in one all year long.
He's glad I'm leaving.
When we had an opening 2 years ago, we were so fortunate to be able to have and get Miss Shelby to come be a part of our team. And most people will agree with me that, if you stand still and don't try to push yourself in whatever you do, you become stale and you need to continue to learn and push yourself. And I know even after 21 years of teaching, 22, whatever it's been, that the first day she showed up, she started to help me become a better teacher. And I've known her for 10 years, 10, 11 years since I first met her. Actually, longer than that, we met, a long time ago. So we won't go into specifics of years and when we met, but you were an intern, I believe, weren't you? Is that an intern? You were helping out with Rogers High School, college student. Anyway, and I was an old man even then. I think I had hair though, but anyway. We've all benefited from her being a part of our team and being in our lives. And I want to take this time to just tell her thank you for everything you've done for me, our students, our program, our school. And we're going to miss you. I wish I could be a stay-at-home mom. I don't think my wife would let me. But I know you have a beautiful family, and I know you just want to spend more time with them, and we wish you nothing but the best, and God bless you, and thank you so much for everything.
I'm so thankful for all of you guys. Thank you. I know that their reeds are getting dry and they're ready to play their last song. I just want to take a second and try to get through this. I want to say my thank yous. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of you. There are amazing parents and students. Mr. Watt was mentioning the administration. I've worked in 3 different districts, and this is by far the absolute best. You guys really support your students and what your students are involved in, and that just hasn't been in my experience everywhere I've taught. So I'm thankful to have seen that and been a part of that. You guys have been welcoming, encouraging, and the students have put in a lot of work for me, concert band, all while pushing me to be the best teacher that I could be. Mr. Ford, Mr. Watt, and Dr. Greeps are the ones that hired me on 2 years ago, and I can't thank them enough for having the faith and trusting in me to do this job and work with this awesome community. It's a bittersweet moment for me. I really do love teaching. I'm certainly going to miss being a part of these kids' daily lives. It's been really fun to watch them grow and get to know them. But I look forward to seeing all of you guys at future concerts. I can't stay away very long, you know that, and football games, especially those of you going on to HAR-BER or moving up to marching band at Central next year. I'd love to stay in touch with you guys during those times. I'm grateful for this time to be able to stay home with my newborn daughter and my 2 boys. I'll get more time with them. I just want you all to know that I will certainly miss this, and thank you so much for everything.
For our final selection, I was shooting for 8 o'clock. My apologies, but we enjoy playing. Our last selection is a selection of excerpts from Igor Stravinsky's ballet, The Firebird. It's one of my favorite pieces. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for coming out this evening, supporting these young people and what they do, and we will see you again next year. Thank you so much.